Good evening, everyone. Moms, dads, grandparents, students, faculty, Alex is welcome to this last, but certainly not the least, of 5 winter concerts that have been put on by the Manhattan Fine Arts Department during this holiday season. You know, with these concerts and with the approaching break, I think we're all really into the excitement and anticipation of the holiday season. Matter of fact, I think, and maybe the students will agree with me or not, that after tomorrow we should just probably take a couple weeks off. All right, 2 weeks off. After tomorrow, 3 weeks. Okay. You know, the students, teachers have really put in a lot of hard work, dedication for this concert, and you're obviously going to see that. All those efforts displayed here on stage in just a few minutes. Out of respect for them and the neighbors that are next to you, we're going to ask that you silence your cell phones and that you not text during the performance. It really is annoying when your neighbors doing that. And sit back and enjoy the concert. I'm going to introduce Lisa Nowicki now, who is the Director of Fine Arts, the new Director of Fine Arts for Manhattan, and she's going to share with you a little bit more about this concert and the Manhattan Fine Arts program. Lisa.
Welcome, great students and families and faculty. It's a very exciting evening tonight for us all. As Drew said, we've had many events going on in Fine Arts. In the last 4 weeks, this is the 7th event that we've had. Starting off with an upper school theater event at the end of November and going into a beautiful lower school art show, and I hope you all got a chance to see that. And if you did, and even if you didn't, even if you did, we've been showing on your way in tonight, and on your way out tonight, you'll be seeing some of the student artwork on the screen behind you. And then we had a whole host of music events and a lot of firsts going on, particularly in the lower school, including this evening. So we had, for the first time, we combined one concert with pre-K and K together. For the first time, we combined one concert with first and third together and featured our brand new violin program. We now are doing our first ever lower school band and choral evening in the winter. With our introduction of our chorus class into the curriculum, where music in the 4th grade, those who choose to sing are taking chorus, you're going to see and hear tonight a more formalized choral ensemble. They've been focusing in Ms. Picasso's class on healthy singing and reading notation. So this is a big thing that we're trying to start in the 4th and 5th grade, is getting them to be fluent in reading music. And then introducing band in the lower school for the first time in our school's history. Over 70 students taking band that you will hear tonight. And you know, they've been started in the beginning of October. So these kids have had about 7 to 10 lessons. Now think about that. What if I handed you all a trumpet or a French horn right now, and I said, I'm going to give you 7 lessons, and then you're going to play in front of hundreds of people? How about that? So, you know, at this point in the game for them, they probably know somewhere around 6 to 8 notes. And when you know that many notes, you can play just a couple of songs and one holiday song that both bands will be playing tonight. And you know, some schools choose to sometimes delay their performance in spring because, oh, they don't know too much. But even if they know 2 songs, let's feature them. Let's have them start performing, and they're going to be performing to you for you this evening. And all of this is due to the incredible talent, passion, and extreme hard work of our new faculty members, Anna Picasso and Ryan John. That you would be hard-pressed to find anybody as hardworking and dedicated as these two. And when I look at them, I know that the future of my profession is in great hands, and your children are in great hands, and they make me so happy for the future here, and these children make me so happy for the future. I want to see them all in our middle school and our high school band and chorus. So I hope you enjoy this evening. Thank you for coming tonight.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Ryan John, and I am am the new lower school band and theater teacher at Lamont. This is, as Ms. Nowicki was mentioning, my very first concert at Lamont, so I am incredibly excited to share with you all the hard work that we have been undergoing this fall. Before you, you see the 5th grade band. We have 26 members on 10 different instruments. And tonight, we are going to have some student introductions. I asked a couple of weeks ago for students to write some reflections on their experiences in band this fall. And from those reflections, I selected a couple of them to introduce our songs. So the first one I would like is Piper Brown to come on up. And she's going to share her fall band experience with you. And then we will begin our performance with the French song.
The first day we used instruments in band, we learned how to make a sound on our instruments. Everyone was super excited, but we sounded horrible. If I didn't know better, I would have thought a truck had run over our instruments. Even though we sounded bad, it felt great to finally play. We've made a lot of progress since the beginning of the year. Before it was great just to make a sound, but now we can actually play different notes. My favorite part of band so far is making progress. Every time I play, I learn something new and it helps me to know I'm really getting better.
Concepts that we've covered this fall is musical form. And the piece you just heard, the French song, follows a DC Alfine form, so an ABA form. We had certain instruments with the melody, the first 2 lines, different instruments with the melody, the second 2 lines, and then at the end of the piece, all of their scores have DC Alfine, which means da capo Alfine. They went back to the beginning and played the first 2 lines one more time, so we can practice that a lot, and you'll hear that in the 4th grade band's piece as well. Next, I would like to welcome up Julia Frischlin to share her fall band experience, and then we will close out the 5th grade band portion with Jingle Bells.
We have made a lot of progress since the beginning of the year. I have learned how to play pitches on my trumpet instrument using the correct fingerings and readings the notes on the page. In the trumpet selection, we have learned how to play in unison, which means we play at the same note for consistent time and sound like one person. Some of the other musical concepts we have covered this fall are whole notes, half notes, and quarter notes, and keeping a steady tempo. My favorite part of band is the challenge of getting to learn how to play an instrument. When I can't get a note right, I have to work to get it right and push myself a little to succeed.
take this opportunity to welcome you once again to our performance. My name is Hannah Picasso, and I direct the 4th and 5th grade choirs here at Milan. To tell you a little bit more about what they've been up to so far this year, I would like to ask Zach and Bella to give you an update.
We have had a great start to the year and introduction to chorus. We've been hard at work building musicianship and developing healthy singing voices. Our vocal war and breathing exercise help us learn our beautiful sound. We have been singing on solfege, reading rhythm patterns, and laying notes on the 5-line staff and connecting them to the pitches.
We created rhythm compositions, sung rounds, and learned traditional folk songs. Each class, we practiced the skill of professionalism necessary to be part of a successful music ensemble. We hope you will consider yourself part of the family on this music.
Another focus in our work this year has been singing in multiple parts. In this next Austrian folk song, you will hear us imitate the running instruments of the orchestra. You will hear the instruments separately and then in groups of 2. By the end, you will hear all 5 parts at once. Enjoy the instrument song.
The Shostakovich composed the original melody we'll hear in this next song. The counter melody and additional words were added later by Jill Galena. We hope you enjoy Wings of Morning.
Away
after-school chorus that meets on Wednesdays from 3:25 to 4:15. It is part of the Lamont Plus after-school program, and it's for students in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade who would like a little extra to the musical experiences they have an opportunity to participate in during the school day. So this fall semester, its very first semester, we have 8 full members. One of them couldn't be with us tonight, so tonight you will see 7 students up on stage, and we will be performing Benjamin Britten's arrangement of the Sally Gardens for you. lower school students get to be in the 4th and 5th grade concert, which was really cool. We also, last week, had another very cool performance opportunity that I'm going to have Madeline Schindler come up and talk about, and then we will transition to 4th grade bands.
Last Tuesday night, members of the 4th grade chorus and the Lamont Singers had the incredibly unique opportunity of performing for the new Christmas tree lighting outside of the New York Stock Exchange after touring the trade floor to witness the closing. We only had about 5 days to prepare for this performance, so we all came together for 3 intense rehearsals where we worked to perfect the notes, rhythms, diction, and tone quality of the carols we performed. In addition to learning music, we also worked very hard to make sure we looked as good as we sounded, which we have also been working on in chorus and band this year. This was an amazing opportunity for us as performers, and we grew as musicians and friends through our love of singing in choir. While we were so excited to see our hard work featured in the news and online, most importantly, this performance showed us how much we can accomplish when we join forces with the common goal of making music together. We hope you have enjoyed the performances you have seen tonight, and we would love to welcome more 3rd through 5th grader students to join the Lawn Singers when our second semester starts in February.
So, just a little piggyback on the end of that. Lamont Singers is open to all 3rd through 5th grade students, and we would love to have any interested students involved. So, if you are interested in perhaps joining the Lamont Singers, feel free to get in touch with Steve Levin, who will help you out with that. And now, I'm going to put my microphone back down here. Up here. So, this is the 4th grade band. 4th grade band is 42 members strong. So, similarly to 5th grade, I had the 4th grade students complete some reflections a couple of weeks ago and picked a couple of them to be shared for this evening. So first I would like to invite up Cyrus Micah, who will be sharing his reflection, and then we will open our portion of the concert with Hot Cross Buns.
Hello, my name is Cyrus Micah, and the first day we used instruments, we didn't do very well. We sounded like a dying goat or an ensemble that didn't really know what it was doing. I was nervous because I hadn't played the trumpet in a while, and I had only learned a little at my other school last year. So far this year, we've learned how your beating should be when playing. We have also talked about how everyone should keep the same tempo, but pitch can be different because of the different instruments. My favorite part of band so far is playing the instrument and hearing the way it sounds. And the most challenging part of band so far is playing in time with the group, when some people might be a little slower and others a little faster.
I would like to invite up Aaron Kuchuk, who will be sharing his reflection, and then we will close out the entire evening with another rousing rendition of Jingle Bells. So, Aaron.
This fall, we have learned a number of concepts in our class. For example, rhythm, which is how fast or how slow one is playing an instrument, has whole notes, half notes, quarter notes, eighth notes, and 16th notes. Also, one needs to keep a steady tempo. Instrumental technique involves breathing from the diaphragm, using the correct embouchure, and creating a good tone. For me as a percussionist, I have to use the correct stick grip and follow the correct sticking patterns. Knowing these concepts help us become better musicians. Every week we go to group lessons with Mr. John where we learn something new and better, such as Jingle Bells.
lessons, we get individual attention and learn how to play our songs. Then we learn the notes and rhythms from our toy hustles, and ultimately the concerts. Group lessons are only with our instrumental group, but toy hustles are with everybody and all instruments. My favorite part of band is learning new songs because when we practice them, we play the song beautifully, which shows how we are becoming great musicians.
Taking on the new challenge, both to Ryan John and to Hannah Picasso for bringing us wonderful. And no performer should ever go without a big congratulatory bouquet, so thank you very much. For heading up the Old Charter Choir Department, really supporting everyone. As we head off, tomorrow afternoon is the first day of our break. I wish everyone a happy, healthy, safe, big couple weeks of vacation, and all the best for the year 2020.